Hi everybody, welcome to the second video in the 3-video series dealing with chord forms and 2-chord songs, 1 to 5/7. So we've already done Rockin' My Soul in the Bosom of Abraham, oh rockin' my soul. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh rockin' my soul. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh rockin' my soul. And you got it, rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh rockin' my soul. So you've got really good feeling about being able to play the 1 to the 5/7 in each of those 4 keys. Watch this. You can now take those 4 keys and you can move them chromatically up the neck. Here's what I mean. I want you to play your C chord, not with your ring finger, which you've typically done, but with your pinky finger. And I want you to free up your first finger by not having it yet played on the actual fret or fretboard. So here's my C chord. Watch this now. I'm going to go to the G7. Now, you might need to practice this a bit. It's a really good exercise for you, by the way. Here's my G7. Here's my C. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham. Oh, rockin' my soul. Now, you're probably saying, well, why would I want to do that? I got this finger. I may as well use it. No, I've got a purpose for it. Watch this. Instead of playing just in first position, I can take this particular note, slide it up 1 semitone. This was a C. When I slide it up, it's now a C sharp. But these other 3 strings have to follow suit. I can't just do it to the A string. I have to move all of the strings to a shorter by 1 fret position. I was playing with my first finger on the other side of the nut. Here's my pinky finger on the C. I take that, I slide it up. Now look at this. I've got a new chord. This one was C. I've shortened the neck by 1 semitone. The string by 1 semitone, it goes up in pitch. It's now a C sharp. Watch this. Go up another semitone. C sharp goes to D. That's a D chord. Hey, up a semitone. D sharp, otherwise known as E flat. E chord. 5th fret. See that dot? Well, actually, it's a U in this case. That 5th fret with what looks like a C chord here in this position, that's an F chord. It's in C form up on the 5th fret. An F chord. Hey, folks, I can do it with the C, but I can also do it with the G7. When I move that G7 up a semitone, this string, the G string, needs to get shortened by a semitone as well. Remember, when I played it here, the finger was over here. Move it up, I got to cover it. That's a G sharp 7 chord, otherwise known as an A flat 7 chord. If I take that chord and slide it up a semitone, I now have an A7 chord. Listen. They have the same notes in them. The only difference is that it's a different order of the way the notes are played. So I've got an A7 here, but I can also play it. And if I happen to be playing a D chord this way, in the C form, I can use the G7 form to play the A7 chord this way. So, rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. Watch this. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. Hey, rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. One more. Rockin' my soul in the bosom of Abraham, oh, rockin' my soul. Key of F, C7, the 5/7. But I could play it here. Yeah, you could. You see, here's the thing. You've now learned that the instrument has different places where you can play the same chords. The harmonies change as opposed to different alignment of notes. You've now just recognized in this second video that by taking the chords and moving them up chromatically, you become more aware of where on the instrument you can play different chords. So very quickly, here's the D chord with the A7. I can move it up a semitone. I've got the ability to play again. Here's the A7, move it up a semitone. So if I'm here, up 2 frets, guess what? That's an F. That's an F with C7. Wait a minute, I could play F with C7 here. Yep, and you already showed me I could play F with C7 here. It's amazing I can do it in 3 different places. And what I'm now realizing is that all 3 forms of the chords work. They're in different inversions, different order of notes, but all 3 work. Ladies and gentlemen, this is showing you that in two of the chord forms that I introduced to you in the last video, in the C to G7 form, and in the D to A7 form, you have the ability to move all the way up the neck. In the final video, in the 3rd video, I'm going to take the other 2 chord forms and introduce them to you. And then I'm going to leave you with a thought, something really cool. Keep practicing, keep trying those 2 chord songs in those various shapes, forms, all the way up the neck.